Well, Planned Parenthood is up to no good again, and this time it is with children in public school in Seattle. Are we surprised? Not really. Are we disgusted? Yes, because these kids are, it's bad enough that for decades and generations now, kids have been exhibiting overly sexualized content from a very, very young age. It's everywhere. You can't escape it. TV, movies, music, cartoons, award shows, books, anime, video games. It is everywhere. And yes, obviously there's a place for some sort of proper education in the school system that all of us have gone through, and we all thought it was awkward and weird and uncomfortable, but it was purely, educational, right? And it stopped right there. This, on the other hand, this is indoctrination. Take a look here.
So Planned Parenthood dubs teenagers in different school districts as their resident sexperts, which is just so creepy in and of itself. And then they'll highlight their sexperts. It's a hard word to say. Sexperts like Eli. One thing I love about being a sexual peer educator is I love being asked the questions my peers would never have felt comfortable asking a teacher. One fact I wish everyone knew about sexual health is STIs are normal, totally normal.
No kid should be calling themselves a sexpert. And how, I'm just thinking of myself as a teacher at this high school. Number one, how am I taking these kids seriously? And number two, how am I accepting this? I am fighting the school board. I am moving to another school. I'm trying to talk to parents about this. I'm sure most parents are not aware, per usual. But no kid should be walking around the high school halls, putting a little bulletin board up about how they're the resident sexpert. High school has turned into a cosmopolitan magazine. That's disgusting. That's sad. It's sickening. I'm so sick over this. And you have to ask again, what is this weird agenda of sexualizing kids from a young age? And it just keeps getting younger and younger and younger. And then poor Sean over here is obviously very confused. And STIs are normal. No. We are not saying that STIs are normal. Things become normal because we normalize them. We start to accept them. Shame goes away. It's not that STIs are normal and then we started to say, oh, they're normal. No, STIs are not normal. We just started to normalize the behavior that creates STIs, and we're doing more of it. And pretty soon, instead of 1 and 2, it's going to be everybody gets an STI if we keep going down this path.
Sean H., an 11th grader, teen sexpert, says STIs are normal. So was that their whole thing, is just letting people know it's totally normal to get a sexually transmitted infection when you're in high school? And then, so one of the things that we talked about at the time is Planned Parenthood literally goes out and recruits these teens to be sexperts and to inform kids and empower kids with information on the laws that allow them to do a whole.
I'll be damned if Planned Parenthood is coming out to recruit my kid. We're not talking about a head coach at some college, some D1 college, coming to recruit your kid. No, Planned Parenthood came to recruit your kid and thought, what does that say about your kid? If Planned Parenthood thought, that one right there, perfect for our sexpert team. What does that say about you as a parent, right? Red flag.
bunch of things without any sort of parental consent or sign off. So the South King County Teen Council just put out an old call saying, just updating our Washington teens sexual health rights page for 2026. In Washington, people of any age can access birth control, abortion care, and prenatal care without parental permission. Knowledge is power.
Disgusting.
They're out there on social media just saying, hey, here's all the things that you can do. Condoms at any age.
Peer-led sex ed. You know what this is also promoting and normalizing? SA, grape, things of that nature for teens and kids younger. Because now all of a sudden all your peers think X, Y, and Z is normal. So we know what comes with that. And teen sexual healthcare rights? Like, what grown ass adult is sitting there? I can actually picture what they look like now. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, though. I'm going to be nice today. But that's your job. I'm gonna put together the little bulletin for teen sexual right, because teens need to know their sex. Why are we pushing teens to have sex? Do we know what happens when teens have sex? Well, then they get STIs, but that's normal. They get pregnant. Oops. That's okay. You're under Planned Parenthood's wing. That means just come on in and have an abortion. In fact, don't have it right away. Just, have a little, get a little taste of what pregnancy is like. You just let that little thing bake in you. It's not a baby. We're not going to call it a baby. You let that clump of cells bake in you for a little bit longer, and then come in for an abortion so we can harvest the organs. Okay. We know it's true. We know it's true.
Consent for sex. This is something we talked about in April when we covered it. The age of consent is 16. It's not a crime if you are 11 and have sex with somebody 2 years older or less. They're literally telling 11.
11.
Oh my God. If you're 12 to 13 and have sex with somebody who's 3 years older or less, that's not a crime. If you're 14 or 15 and have sex with somebody who's 4 years older or less, that's not a crime. I mean, it's really disgusting predator type
11.
stuff. And this is adults pushing all of this on.
She said it. It's predator. This is predator behavior. And this is going on in public schools.
On kids and getting them involved in this. So here's something new we got a tip on. We did not realize when we covered this last year that they pay these kids.
That's what I wanted to bring to your attention. No wonder these kids are excited to be a sexpert. They're getting paid. They're getting paid to do this. They're paying teens to do this.
Pay them up to $400 to be one of these teen sexperts. They get a $400 stipend over the course of the school year for their contribution to the Teen Council's mission. And it also includes the ability to sometimes miss school for presentations.
I get to make money. I get to miss school. And I get to talk about sex. Yeah. These adults should get in some sort of major legal trouble for this. This is disgusting.
So you recruit. Planned Parenthood is going into our schools, recruiting teen sexperts to help kids bypass parental notification and parental consent to get all these sort of services, figure out how they can do it, where they can do it, where they can get gender care. This is all happening in your schools. Recruit the teens to tell their friends about it. Recruit the teens to tell 11-year-olds, oh, you can have sex too. It's not a crime as long as the person's is only 2 years older or less. We'll also give you some money if you want to do this work on behalf of Planned Parenthood, basically creating the future Planned Parenthood clients and donors of tomorrow. Man, you can even miss class. How are they going to miss class? So you're telling me that they can miss class and their parents don't even have to know about it? If they're doing something for Planned Parenthood and making these sexual presentations? So this also from the South King County Teen Council. bragging about the success. This chick is holding this sign that says abortion forever. What does that even mean? What does abortion forever mean? It says, so far this school year, South King County Teen Council has facilitated 19 lessons for nearly 600 youth and supported almost 1,300 of their peers with informal education, from conversations about healthy relationships, which birth control methods to choose, how to get an abortion, or just providing resources like condoms and Plan B. And then there was a comment on here. We at the Condom Fairy love working with you. And that got us thinking, what the hell is the Condom Fairy? Because they're working with the Teen Council, which of course is recruiting kids in our schools. So here's the Condom Fairy website. You'll notice the little sign in the background of these women that says, abortion access is a community responsibility. Again, what does that mean? They just make up sentences that sound nice to them, and they don't mean anything. And in here, it talks about reproductive health resources in Seattle. The Condom Fairy is a nurse-led nonprofit making sexual and reproductive health care more accessible, affordable, and private in resource stations across Seattle. We provide free products, educational resources, and referrals to affordable services. So just another layer of this sort of indoctrination system. So it says that they don't just provide condoms, they also give out lube. They give out information on gender, quote, affirming care, and they hide it,
of course,
in restrooms of public places and private businesses, and tell kids where those restrooms are so they can go get condoms and lube and information on gender affirming care, STI prevention, abortion access, all of these things without their parents knowing. So they find, it says, our resource stations are located in everyday spaces like coffee shops and hair salons, so you can access them without an extra trip to the pharmacy. No, so you can access them when your parents aren't around.
Wow.
Oh, go to that coffee shop. They have condoms and lube in the bathroom hidden.
And Plan B. Guys, and they have free Plan B.
Like, what happened to the days where we just learned about safe sex at school?
Right.
And then that was kind of it.
I don't know why I'm surprised. It's Seattle. I don't know why I'm surprised. But I mean, these adults, they were either abused themselves as young children, or they're predators, or both. Right? It could be both. These are predators. They're pushing and shoving sex onto children as young as 11. 11. Here, 11-year-old, here's some condoms, some lube, some education on some STIs you might get. Also, if you feel like, a little bored on a Friday night and you want to change your gender, here's some deets about that too. Oh, and if you take this bus number at this time and hit up the CVS on the corner of here and here, there's some free Plan B. Take as much as you think that you might need. Like, what we have turned into the most disgusting, vile, hedonistic, selfish, removed from humanity society. I don't know how much more worse it can get. And all of this behind parents' back, right? They keep pushing and pushing and pushing parents out of children's lives. My husband and I decided we were going to homeschool a long time ago. I never thought I was going to homeschool. I never dreamed that I was ever capable of homeschooling. But there's no way in hell I'm going to put my kids in a school system that was designed, number one, to turn them into thoughtless employees, thoughtless labor for the country, which now we probably won't need because we're just starting to use AI and robotics for everything now. Let alone a school system that passes everybody. I just watched a teacher on TikTok explaining how to pass, you had to get a 60%. So basically, everybody passes. Everybody passes. Doesn't matter if you can read, write, do your algebra, know any history. Doesn't matter anymore. We're just passing everybody. So basically, we're just giving out participation. Well, actually, you don't even have to participate to get a trophy. We're just passing out trophies now. Students are getting dumber and dumber and dumber, lazier and lazier and lazier. Not to mention they have no life skills. And now we're pushing sex on them at such a young age. So we want them to be just dumb, stupid, having sex with each other, abusing one another, and killing babies. That's where we are today. That's where we are. So hopefully you are not a supporter of this, but I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Are you as shocked as I am? Did you know that this was going on? What do we do about it? What do we do about it? Or do you think that we're at the point of no return? Good. Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're new to me, thank you so much for watching till the end. My name is Jennifer Cesaro. I'm just an American wife and mom who has hopes that we can restore the American dream and restore our country, restore the lives for our children and our future. Hopefully you are in the same boat as me. If you are, go ahead and subscribe. Again, talk to me in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.